Did y'all see Miranda protecting her boys? But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life of Chess for Tyler Perry's House of Payne, Season 13, Episode 13. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on tonight's episode down below. Secondly, I wanted to ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that things would have went left if Miranda hadn't have came in? Because Calvin and that other officer, the one that was doing all the talking, I was like, yeah, this finna go left. I was not expecting Miranda to walk in. I had already seen the sneak peek where Calvin was stopping Calvin Jr. for leaving or whatever, but I didn't see the part about Miranda coming in. But yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, look, I don't know how to feel about that scene. Because on one hand, I'm like, okay, it's a good thing that she came in. On the other end of things, I said, here she go walking in people's place again. There she go walking in like she owned the place. I was like, maybe she heard something. Maybe somebody was out there talking to something, because the way she came in, or she could have seen the police cars outside. But the way she came in, that's what made me believe that, maybe she knows something. That's why she came in like that. But this isn't the first time that we seen her walk into his place or whatever. I be forgetting that he shared that place with Laura now. But yeah, so what she do for work? I forgot what they said she do. I don't know if they ever said what she do, but she was out of town looking for something. I don't know what she was looking for. What was she looking for? Because I know when she came back, she was looking in some magazines and everything. But okay, on tonight's episode, basically, it was a continuation of last week's episode where the police showed up and everything. They were saying how they got a call about the noise, and Calvin was like, everything cool. He was just having a conversation or a disagreement with his son. I think before Calvin even said, they was having a disagreement or something like that, Calvin Jr. was like, he pointed towards Calvin, talking about, so he did it. But Calvin was trying to tell the officer that he was having a disagreement with his son. It was nothing. He went open the door for him or whatever, but the man was like, no. He told him to shut up or whatever. He was trying to get to the bottom of things. If I'm not mistaken, what did he say to Calvin? I think he was like, son, something. And Calvin was like, I'm not your son. He told him to shut up and everything. I said, oh. I said, is this going to be one of them episodes? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Miranda ended up coming in. He was like, who are you? Or whatever. You need to leave or whatever. And I think Calvin was trying to stop her, but she ended up stepping in front of him. I said, that's right. Protect your boys. But yeah, the way she stepped in front of Calvin and saying how Calvin is a great father, and he was asking who she is. She was like, I'm his ex-wife and I'm Calvin Jr.'s bonus mom. I said, that's right. That's right. Protect your boys. I said, Laura who? Laura who? She never around when she should be. Then Miranda ended up asking the officer if he had kids. He was like, yeah. And she was like, so you know how things can be or whatever. So then he ended up leaving. After he left, Calvin, I didn't know what he was about to do. He ran over to Miranda and hugged her. I said, Laura, I don't think that's your man no more. To be honest, I don't think that was ever your man. From the last week's episode, where he was saying he still loved her, to him hugging her like that or whatever, I was like, yeah. But I will say, once Laura finally made it back or whatever, that's when Calvin Jr. came out. Because Calvin was trying to hide it from me. He still didn't end up telling her everything. He was going to have to tell that Miranda showed up. I think she was bringing Christian Bear or something like that or whatever, because she had the bear, and then I think she told Calvin Jr. to go sit it on Christian bed or whatever. But I said Calvin gonna end up waiting until it's the day of the wedding to say something, to be honest. But after she sent him in there to put the bear on Christian bed, she ends up telling Calvin, basically asking him what happened, and then telling him he needs to find out what's going on, telling him that you can't just punish him. You have to, show him love and everything. He was like, so you want me to reward him or whatever? And she was saying, when you show your child love, that's not rewarding or whatever. They need that. But Laura finally ended up coming or whatever, and that's when, like I said, Calvin Jr. was finna go back home. He was saying how he caused so much trouble, so he just want to leave. Look, when she was asking them what happened, I said, oh, he finna tell what he heard. I said, he finna tell or whatever. Because remember the last conversation before the police showed up, he was saying, you playing two women or whatever. I heard you said you love Miranda and everything. I said, oh, he finna tell it, but he ain't tell nothing. And I said, that's probably what Calvin was most afraid of, that he was going to tell about Miranda showing up, or either tell what he said about Miranda. But yeah, Laura kept trying to get him to tell the whole episode, not the whole episode, but you know what I'm saying, about what happened or whatever. So right when he was about to say something, I don't even know if he was going to tell her everything or what he was going to tell her. That's when Elle and them ended up coming in at the end of the episode. And then they was like, they talked to what's his name, Calvin Jr. or whatever. So I'm wondering if they knew, because they kept stopping him, or stopping when Laura was saying, Calvin was just finna tell me what happened or whatever. They kept interrupting. I said, so great. Yet another thing that he's keeping from Laura. Wait, I think I got a backtrack. I think I said that Calvin Jr. was trying to leave and move back in with his mama. But I don't think I said that Calvin ends up stopping him, telling him that he can't run every time he has problems. And what else he said? I can't remember exactly what he said, but he basically said, you got into trouble, you get into trouble here or whatever. Trouble gonna follow you. Some type of way he said trouble gonna follow you because until you deal with what's going on with you or whatever. I was like, they keep every episode they into it. I think Ella ended up saying the same thing that Miranda said, that he needs to get to the bottom of why they, keep going back and forth, what's going on with Calvin Jr. and stuff like that. I will say it does seem like Laura is trying with Calvin Jr. and everything because she didn't want him to leave either. But I said none of that's going to matter because Calvin just realized he still love Miranda. I was about to say I want to know what the mid-season finale going to be, but I forgot they already did the mid-season finale. So we probably got like 7 to 8 more episodes before the finale of this season. If I'm not mistaken, I think before this season premiered, they did a behind the scenes and they showed Miranda and Calvin in matching outfits. So I don't think they've shown that episode. But I said once Laura learns the truth, I said she's going to be highly upset. But the last thing, I think I covered everything in regards to Miranda, Calvin, Laura. But the last thing is CJ and Janine. They still arguing. If I'm not mistaken, I think I just read a synopsis that said they still going to be into it. Yeah, I think I did read something that says they still gonna be arguing. I think I read something about Curtis and Floyd supposed to go on a game show or something like that. What else did they say? They said the game show. They said CJ and Janine supposed to still be into it. I don't know if that was for today's episode or what. And it was something else. Something about Floyd got a business. But yeah, y'all, the only thing that happened with them is they was arguing or whatever while they was putting together. What was they putting together? An entertainment unit or something like that for the TV or whatever. Then they ended up arguing and Jasmine had to step in or whatever and remind them what they learned in counseling. But that's it. That's all that happened. I will say, I seen some people come in and saying, I don't know what, I guess it was from last week's episode or the episode before last where I was talking about Calvin cheating on Laura and everything. And I was reminded of the fact that he been cheating. He was cheating during his time with Miranda. Then he kissed, what was her name? Well, something with an M. Mercedes. He kissed Mercedes. I think that was it, right? Or was that somebody else? Well, yeah, that's it. I say the highlight of this episode, even though I'm not fully supporting them yet, was Miranda stepping in to defend them. Now, I think he ended up that's what I forgot. Calvin ended up saying thank you to her. He was saying how things could have got bad or whatever. I said the crazy part about it is that she could have got hurt too. Not only that, Calvin, well, maybe it's just how Calvin was saying or answering the police officer. Because I was like, okay, she said basically the same thing that, he was having a disagreement with his son. But yeah, that's it. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, how girl rest of the night be safe.